Good morning, ladies and gents. How are we? I'm wearing my clergy tag just to let you know that I can do the ceremony for your wedding or recreating your vows, or perhaps you have someone who has died in your family and you need somebody to preside over the funeral. I am very custom, as you can imagine. All my gifts, talents, and abilities come forth when I start to write a ceremony or a set of wedding vows, and I do it through conversation with you to be able to know what you want, what's important to you, what is it we're expressing here, all of that. Good morning, Noelle. How nice to meet you. This is lovely that you're here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be watching the background as well, and watching the group site, and I'm always alert to your questions because, bringing some clarity to your questions is really the point here, and I love to be of service one way or another. I love the divine. The divine is my employer. I work for her. So I try to bring through whatever is going to be useful and empowering to you. So okay, well, this morning is pretty cold out, and my deck gets very, very wet here in Forest Knolls, all drippy and foggy, and just seems to gather moisture in this part of the world. And it was frozen this morning, and I slipped. Oh, goodness. Wasn't expecting that. So Noelle says, what kind of questions should I ask? Well, first off, look inside yourself and ask yourself, what question is bothering you? What question is nagging at you, or just, kind of like, come on, let's get some information about this. Or if I could get this resolved, then I could be at peace. That's why you want to ask a question. And it could be something that's generic or applicable to everybody, such as one of my frequent flyers here asks about weather patterns and extreme conditions or earthquakes and stuff like that. It can be that. It could be one of those questions. You can ask me about your kids, your partner, your state of your relationship. You can ask me, what did my soul have in mind when it gave me this traumatic situation? And Noelle, you're in Petaluma. That's so funny. Okay. Hi. And Davina says, good morning. Can the guides help us know when this energy will shift to a more positive and loving energy? Well, yes. And that's interesting because I am compiling right now a month-by-month overview of what we can expect for 2026. And of course, the guides have been adding to it. I go over it, and then there's more to channel, and so I've got to type that in. It's going to be a little like an ebook, so you can refer to it month by month and figure out what the energy is and what the tips are to practice and things that would be helpful to be in place so that later down the road you'll have the best advantage going on. Let's see. And so right now the energy that is going on is, I'm getting the cards involved here. I pulled cards because it's helpful for me to have a visual, and it's helpful so I could delve more deeply into what the energy is. But this year is going to be really tailored by justice and the number 8 and Athena. Now Athena was the god of war, and so as we know, we are basically picking fights with people in other nations and being a bad actor as usual, I guess, but it's really obvious right now. And the interesting part about 8 is it is the number of infinity. It's the symbol for infinity, but it's vertical. And so we have some infinite reaches and availability going on right now. And so Athena is also, she brought forth the olive tree, so that's nutrition and love and health and produce of the earth that helps us stay alive. She's also got a spear, and she's often pictured with a spear and a shield. In this picture I don't see a shield, but that's what my research discovered. And that to me means that she balances protection versus defense and finding that balance. And I found that theme is carried throughout the year as I channeled the energies expected for this year. Now, another goddess, Juno, number 5 card, and tradition is supervising this year. So tradition is going to be changing, really. I'll get to your question in a second, Noel. Thank you very much for putting that up. So tradition is going to be changing. And since we are in a state of change, especially in terms of feminine power, feminine strength, feminine recognition, bringing forth the feminine divine, bringing forth that female nurturing, healthy, sound boundaries but not warring qualities, this is going to be a theme for the whole year. And traditions are going to be changed, and certain things are going to be enhanced. Like when I got to November, they were saying it's going to be a Thanksgiving month all 30 days of November. It's going to be about noticing all the little blessings all along. But meanwhile, here we are in January, and January's card is creativity, the 3 of crystals, and 3 is a triad: Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Mother, Father, Child. 1, 2, 3, get ready, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ready, set, go. Creativity. And so creativity is going to be flowing a lot this month, and I found it to be pretty true. As my creative ideas are flowing, and I'm being able to finish them, to create them and finish them, and I think that's important. The DNA activation card is this symbol, and that's from the Reconnecting Soul deck, DNA, 142 DNA activation cards by Jean Adrienne. And you get the symbol and you get the words. And it says might, as in by might I get this done. It says you can harness all the energy of the universe with your mind. The doorway to all possibilities lies before you. You hold the key. And that takes me back to the Infinity 8 over here. And these two speak to each other. The infinite possibilities. And it's really getting out of the strictures and the closed-mindedness and the old formatting our minds have keep bringing forth, and bringing in new energy and new ideas, and shifting into new influences and into new expressions of who we are and how we are. So there's 12 months of that kind of information, and I'm working on producing for you, and that will be around here very soon. Okay, so Noelle says, my grandmother seems to communicate either me or her name, or as Minnie. I'd like to know if that's really her talking to me. Okay, this is kind of good morning, Pat Hansen. My grandmother, Minnie, I'd like to call on her. Is she around? Okay. Whoa. Boy, is she. She's huge. She's like this big in back of you. She's really putting a lot of energy into influencing you and steering you. Like she thinks you have a tendency to go to being too black and white in life, to either or in life, and she's saying that those are just two of the infinite possibilities that are available to you, Noelle, and she's trying to get you to broaden your scope of view. And she says love doesn't come in either or versions. It comes in the flavor and the method and the format and the volume and the wording and the pictures that you receive, and it's customized to you. Oh, good. That's great. Thank you. I'm getting the right one. So she's definitely around. She's wanting you to relax. And, okay. So going into the either or, the black and white thinking, that's a defense mechanism. It's not wanting to get it wrong. Don't let me get it wrong. And that's fear. So you want to get it from the loving space. How are the signals I'm getting directing my patterns or my behavior or my path? The divine is always removing obstacles to your path. The divine is the only power. There is no evil as a second power. There's one power, that's the divine, and that's the one you want to link up with. And your grandmother is she's trying to get you to choose that as an influence. The black and white thinking is a lot more masculine. The female thinking is a lot more holistic and inclusive, and everybody gets some, right? And a masculine way of expressing power or authority or points of view is, this is the way it is. Female is, well, the plant grows this way because it's trying to get out into the sunshine and feed more of its leaves into that sunshine and generate more life force energy through photosynthesis, and it's not threatening the other plant over here, although other plants may may suffer in the process, but it's not doing it to be against other plants. It's doing it to allow itself to be fulfilled. And so for you to go more and more into divine alignment, feminine divine alignment. And if you can only like go into it via like a female angel, pick one. Just go there. That's fine. But it's got to be softening the black and white thinking. And my guides are always saying, expand to include. Because if my black and white thinking says it's this or it's that, and I'm bouncing back and forth between these two opposites, and neither one is the right answer or the right concept, then I can't get happy. I can't find a place to land. I can't find a place to be energized and inspired. But I have to. So the resolution to that is to expand my consciousness so that I'm not fighting with either of the either or black and white thinking, but I'm bigger than that, and I'm including those either ors, but I'm also including all the other options, which is more of this number 8, infinite selections, infinite options, infinite opportunities, infinite ways of being, infinite creations. You know, the divine loves to create. She is a very creative being, and she's always birthing new things. So I'm glad this is accurate. So the more that you can step out of either or, us against them thinking, the better, because that's divide and conquer. And we're not dividing and conquer, we're bigger than that. We're expanding to include, and we're opening up to what are also on here. I don't let people be on the video with me because it's just me over here running the show, and I can't do the electronics. And I'm recording this on Zoom as well as live on Facebook, and this is the best I can do. If you would like more personal time with me, then schedule a reading, and you can do that on my website, anniechannels.com. anniechannels.com is my website, and you can do a small reading, like a 1-question reading. You can do a half hour on the phone. You can do a 1 hour on Zoom. We can really get into it in an hour and go there more, because I think this has been a kind of a lifetime theme for you, is trying to get out of the mental traps. I'm in relationship with a rock star. He played in Woodstock and he had 1 million friends and people, so this is so accurate. Oh, I'm glad you will schedule one. Well, I would love to read for you. I think it'd be a good time for you to get some good information in that will lead you more into the female domain. And I think that's my domain is female. So, let's see. I can't always go back and find the other questions that might have come up, but I'm going to go ahead and refresh my page. Hey! And see if something new shows up. Oh, yes, you're having to open your mind as far as what boundaries exist in a relationship. Exactly. And hang in there, Facebook. There we go. Good. Thanks. this is a common issue, and I relate to it a lot, is how to have boundaries in a relationship. And because often when you start to have boundaries, it conflicts with this idea, if I just love them enough, they will be able to, they'll change their behavior and respect me. And what the issue is that me having boundaries with other people teaches them how to love me and how not to disrespect me. So that is really, really important. And this whole year is really going to be about who's in power and who are we turning our power over to. Who's governing me? My divine or my so-called government, which is trying to masculine dominate and, suppress me, actually. And my dad. Oh, Pat, that's a great question. Pat Hansen says, what is the next step in healing my inner child? Well, finding ways to play, finding ways to get out and play and express yourself and be goofy. And I think for most of your life, you have benefited from being the brainiac, to really, you've taken things into the mind, but you have learned over time with your spiritual studies that you have to add heart to what's going on, and that is opening your heart to this inner child, to this playful being, to this intrinsic innocence, Pat, intrinsic innocence. Your innocence is perpetual, it's permanent, it exists. And I think there has been, the mind wants to say, well, I've sinned, or I've been imperfect, or I've misbehaved, or it judges, right? My mind judges. That's its job. It's to assess situations, make an evaluation, and figure out whether to run or to turn around and fight. There's more black and white thinking, right? Either or. And as you open your heart to this innocence, this childlike innocence that is always in you, that's the purity. That's the purity. That's the essence of your soul. That's the divinity of your soul. Because it goes back to how the divine created from you from a point of her light into the kind of consciousness that you are, unique to you, unlike anything else ever created, yet similar, but unique and innocent and pure. And I think the inner child knows a lot how to play with Mother Mary, how to engage with Mother Mary in a way that's friendly and kind and expansive and understanding and welcoming. And also, you may need to start, just doing the slides at the park. Have some fun. Don't hurt yourself. You and I, we're not so young anymore, but play on the swing sets. Flit from subject to subject, because children's attention span is shorter than what we have disciplined ourselves to be, and so they're more flexible, and that discipline can become brittle and a cage. And I think your inner child is really trying to free you up and uncage you. And in my book, The exercise called Releasing Yourself from Judgment Jail. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to look at where it is in my book. Dun, dun, dun. Here it is. It's on page 341. And if you have the audio book from Audible, there will be a whole kind of a chapter, a separate, unique chapter unto itself that takes you through that exercise, Release Yourself from Judgment Jail. And I think that would be a good one for you. And what is the next step in healing the inner child? The inner child has no stake in being right. I know that Facebook's probably having a hard time right now. I can see that the internet connection is being tasked, and it's trying to reconnect. The inner child has no stake in being right. It's open to whatever the answer is right now, which may be different than what it is 10 minutes from now, which may be different than what it is later this afternoon, and what could be different than what its point of view is, or what its appetite is for later in the day. Let's see. Rest. Getting enough rest. You have a strong perfectionist side, Pat, so it's going to want to do things correctly, and it will, push you to do the best. And you had a long spell of being ill, and that illness, my sister is still shaking it off, and I think it's about a month now. So it's okay to get more rest. And for me, I need to go to bed really early in the wintertime. My interior clock is set by the sun, and I start waking up as the sun rises. So get enough rest. All of you, don't deny yourself sleep or rest. There's really no cheese down that tunnel. You gotta, if the body's calling for rest, when you get it, you will satisfy that, and you'll be free of that. Give me some more rest. Give me a break. So give yourself a break and go to bed early, and allow yourself to sleep as much as you need to sleep. You're not hiding out. You're not hiding from anything, Pat. You're not that way. You're not hiding out in your home or because you need more rest. It's not hiding out. It's allowing your body to be satisfied and have its needs met. Your needs are necessary and sacred. Isn't that nice? Your needs are necessary and sacred. So that's how it is. Is there something else you need to do to make your life and your bed more comfortable? Something to consider, Pat. I'm really excited about these questions. These are such great questions. You all just take it off, launch this whole thing, and it's wonderful. Okay. And Noelle, you're just a really nice addition here. I'm just tickled pink you tuned in this morning. You got... Okay, and Noelle, your grandmother's also giving you... She's saying admonitions about wrapping your whole life around this famous individual. And, you know, people who are famous tend to be, by nature, self-centered, self-directed, self-involved. And that doesn't always include your highest and best good. And so, yes, you're having to open your mind as far as what boundaries exist in a relationship. And, you know, I've discovered over time too that where my heart can go, other people's hearts may not be able to go. And that's okay. And I've also discovered that I need my girlfriends, I need my women friends to sustain me in who I am. The men don't usually do it. They feed something else. But my women friends usually have a clearer perspective of who I am and what's important for me and what's next for me, and will support me in staying true to that. And if they really love me, they'll put up with me while I'm going through a relationship that they may not necessarily think is the best for me. I've had that happen a lot in my life. And yet I needed those relationships. I needed those experiences because my soul required those lessons. My soul required those so that I could evolve and grow up, really mature a lot, you know? Yeah. So let's see, how are we doing, my friends? Are there more questions? I love questions. You know, questions are good for you. Having questions is good for you. Like thinking the thoughts that you've been kind of scared of and reluctant to feel is good for you, because the question has come up for a reason, to somehow steer your growth, steer your expansion, encourage your stepping out of the old pattern and moving in the new, getting into the new flow that's apparent for you. The questions are can openers to new information, especially in the Akashic Records, which is where I like to play. I like to play there a lot, and I channel in the Akashic Records for you in readings. So, and the Akashic Records are the energetic record of your soul's entire journey. So it's a very personal and specific set of information that's relevant for you at the time. Very relevant. Let's see. Wow. Let me see if there's, you know, one of the things that the guide said about the energy of January is that it's going to be mud. Like, because it's the depth of winter, it's not going to be the big awakening time, or you'll get awakenings and things will come clear for a while, but then it's back into hibernation because it's the depth of winter. It's the dark days of winter, and every day it's getting a little lighter, a little sooner, and opening up, and that means the energy is doing that as well. So don't expect everything to come clear, but if you can start to work with what's coming clear and being in the process, dedicate yourself to the process, commit yourself to the process, committing yourself to enhancing your fulfillment as a soul in a body, a soul with a personality here on earth, and be in the process, because it's going on for all our whole lives. We're going to be there. We're in it. And even after that, there is evolution. Is there ever an end to evolution? Do we ever get to perfect? Our souls are perfect even as they are evolving. And there's that part of our personalities that just know that that's what's going on. And if I can be linked up with my soul, I can feel that perfection and that divine order and that certainty. That feels good. Don't you think? Love that. It's interesting to think of ourselves, you know, like I'm 67 now, and, you know, I have the tendency to want to say, that's pushing 70. I can see it from here, you know, and yet, that inner child is still with me, and that inner child still needs to play. It maybe plays at a different vibratory rate than it played in years past. Maybe not as frantic or eclectic, but it, you know, I need to play like in the peace of the forest. I need to play in what's so. I need to play in the moment, in the peace of the moment, in the completeness of the moment. And play is a little different than it used to be, but it's still here. And just welcoming in whatever my inner child is telling me to incorporate more of. And I mean, I can work myself to the bone, and I will work 7 days a week, whether it's doing readings or working on some kind of writing project or trying to get a class going and off the ground and launched. I will work myself, but taking time to play, I have to really consciously allow that and integrate that. Hey, I have a question for all of you. Since many of you are fairly local to me, would you come to an in-person, like a salon, where we do some channeling and some processes and just have some fun, maybe on a Sunday afternoon or a Friday evening or something like that? I live where I can do live things in person, and I love to share my home and the peace of the environment where I live now. It's just beautiful. And you know, if you'd like to be part of something live and in person, you know, like once a month, would that be of interest to you? I'd love to have your folks' input on that. Let me just see what we got here. I think we're coming to a close. The energy feels like it's thinning out. We've gotten a lot of good stuff today. Really. You guys are great. You guys are great. I'm so pleased to be able to serve you. And thank you for your concerns about me slipping on the icy deck. That was a big surprise. Oh. All right, folks. I love you. I honor you. I thank you. If you need a reading, go to my website, anniechannels.com. I'll put some links in the comments after I complete this live video and get that set up. And so that you can go right to my website. And think of questions. Questions are good for us. They expand us. It's the ways our minds can bring opening to us. Even though the minds want to like land on the answer and close the door, like slam an answer in there and shut that question up. But what you really want, your inner being really wants, is to know, what is the new energy I'm feeling and how do I get this going? All right. I love you. I thank you. And that appears to be it for today. Thank you for being here, everybody. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Really helps me if you subscribe. And please do share these videos so that other people get some benefit too. Thank you.